Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. In this lesson of today, we are going to learn a very important topic, and that is how the verbs in Arabic language changes from three-letter words, which we call the tri-literal verbs, into the four-letter verbs, or sometimes you see verbs up to 5 and even 6 letters. Let me give an example. You can see the word salima. You can also see the word salama. You can see the word salama. You can see the word istaslama. You can also see tasallama. All of these words, if you can see them, you know that they are closely related. With just single addition of a letter, it changes the meaning. The same thing goes for the word gollaqo. When I say gollaqo, it means he closed. When you hear the word gollaqo, it means he closed it very well. Or I can say gollaqal abwab. He closed all of the doors. So the fact that the word gollaqo has an addition on the first word gollaqo with a letter, the second letter has been doubled to golla with shadda. It shows that there is difference in the meanings. Now today we are going to be learning this. And previously I had told you that most of the Arabic words are of three-letter words, like the word doroba, the word fataha, the word qatala. These are the majority of words that we have. They are most common and they are formed with three-letter words. We also have Arabic words which are formed originally without any addition of any letter, and they are of 4 words. This to say that we have 3-letter words and also 4-letter words. These we call them الثلاثي المجرد, which means Tri-literal verbs, and الرباعي المجرد, which means quadri-literal verbs. This we have discussed extensively in the link placed above. An example of the 3-letter words verbs are words like qatala, doroba, fataha, as we have mentioned. An example of the 4-letter words of verbs in Arabic language are verbs like harwala, dahraja, kohkoha. You can see these words like this. They are original words formed from 4-letter words. 4 letters. Now, in these Arabic verbs and words, sometimes there could be an addition to these original verbs. Like the word qatala. It could be iqtatala. It could be qatala. It could be iqtatala taqatala. And it could also be qatala. The same thing goes for the 4-letter words. Whenever there is an addition, we call this al-mazid. And right from our discussions, we have always been discussing about the tri-literal verbs, verbs having 3-letter words. In this lesson, we want to dive in extensively, deeply into discussing about the additions which could be made to a verb in order to change the meaning. Like the word qatala means he killed. When I say qatala, this does not mean kill. Here it means fight. Qatala ba'duhum ba'da, they fought one another. If I also say qatala, it means to massacre. Can you see the way they are changing? Massacre, qatala. Now, from this preview, you can see that we're going to learn a lot if you are patient from the beginning of this lesson to the end. But if you have not subscribed, you can quickly click on the subscription button to be part of our channel, so that as we come up with a lot of interesting topics, you will benefit. Let's quickly move on. We are still using our book دروس اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين بها, and the link to download a copy of this is placed in the description box. You can also choose to download the key, which is the English version of the book, through my Amazon link in description box placed over there. Now let's move on. We are on lesson 17 or lesson 16 of the book 3, which is the last book. We have here at Darusus Sadis Ashar, lesson 16. From this lesson, you will see how the verb which has 3-letter words originally are now being added with a single letter. Let's look at this. Al-mudarrisu. The word al-mudarrisu, which is what we're going to open it with, is the name of the teacher. What is the verb that this word is gotten from? It is the verb darrosa, not darosa. What? Darrosa. Darrosa means he taught. Yodarrisu, he is teaching. However, darosa means he learns. Yadrusu, he is learning or studying. Can you see the difference? Darrosa he taught. Yudarrisu, he is teaching with shadda. However, when I say darasa, it means he learns. Yadurusu, he is learning or he is studying. Now the word al-mudarrisu, the teacher, is gotten from darrasa yudarrisu. Ya Abdussalam, the teacher said, Ya Abdussalam, O Abdussalam, uhanni'uka bifawzika fi musabaqati hifdh al-Quran al-Karim wa tajwidi. Uhanni'uka, I am congratulating you over your success at the Quran and the Tajweed Musabaqa. Can you see? The word uhanni'u is gotten from hanna'a. Can you see? Hanna'a. Originally is hana'a. Now we have hanna'a, to congratulate. This word hanna'a, it is a 3-letter word with an addition of a single letter, which is the middle letter. Hanna'a. Uhanni'u. I am congratulating you. So the same thing, darrasa, he taught. If I want to say I'm teaching, it will be udarrisu. So any word coming in this pattern, you already know the meaning. Udarrisu, I am teaching. Uhanni'u, I am congratulating. Can you see? Can you bring another word? Uqatilu, I am massacring. I'm massacring or I'm killing extensively. Can you see? May we not kill, I mean. So it's just an example. Now, or I can say, Ugolliku, I am closing. Let's continue. He says, Abdussalam says, Ashkuruka ya doctor, I thank you, O teacher. Jazakallahu khairan, may Allah reward you. Al-Mudarris said, Ya Marwan, O Marwan, wazzi' hadhihi nusakha ala talaba. Share these copies to the students. The word what? Wazzi'. This is the command form of the word wazza'a. Wazza'a is also coming in the pattern of what? Hanna that we have learned previously. Wazza'a, share. So wazza'a, he shared. Wazzi', share. So from here you can see how the command tense is formed from this pattern of the verb. So if I want to say congratulate, how will I say it now? I will say hanne. Hanne. If I want to say I'm sharing, I will say wazzi', and I am sharing. Do you see it? So it will come in the same pattern. Al-Abdussalam says, Ma hadha al-kitabun dakhmu alladhi ma'aka ya doctor. What is this fat book with you, O teacher? What is this bulky book with you, O teacher? Al-Mudarris said, Hadha mu'jamun jami'iyyun. This is a university dictionary. Innahu dhu fawaida muta'addida. It has a lot of benefits. Innahu ya'ti bisharhin wafin liqalimati ma'amthatin kathira. It comes with an extensive explanation to words and also examples, a lot of examples. وَيَذْكُرُ الْمَسَائِلَ النَّحْوِيَّةِ. And this dictionary also mentions matters or issues of nahw, grammar rules. وَكَذَلِكَ يَحْوِي سُوَرًا مُلَوَّنَةً. The same way, this dictionary also has a lot of suwar, pictures, colored pictures. The word mulawwana is from the word lawwana. Lawwana means to color. He colored. Yulawwin, his coloring, his painting. Mulawwana, colored. Can you see? From the word lawwana. So this is the word lawwana with an addition of a letter. Lawwana with an addition of a letter. Lawwana. And this word is used to explain some of the words. His Ahmad said, Fi kam mujalladin huwa. In how many volumes are this dictionary? Mujallad. We shot that. Al-Mudarris said, Fi mujalladaini dakhmaini. In 2 bulky volumes. Ibrahim said, Man mu'allifuhu. Who is the author? Can you see the word? Allafa. He authored. Yu'allifu. He is authoring. Mu'allifun. An author. So from the word alafa, can you see? Ya'lifu. Here we have alafa, an addition of a letter. So you can see the 3-letter word alafa, there is now an addition, or alifa is an addition of what? A single letter, which makes it to be alafa. From that we got mu'allifun, which is the ismu fa'il, the doer of the action. Now we have al-Mudarris says, alafahu jama'atun min ulama'il lugha. A group of language scholars authored it. They wrote it. So alafa, they wrote it to author something. Ahadara hamidun Teacher now asks, is Hamid present? Hamid said, Ha ana dha ya ustad. Here I am, O teacher. Al-Mudarris says, كثر غيابك هذه الأيام يا حامد. Your absenteeism has become so much these days. Hamid says, جاء أبي إلى المدينة المنورة الأسبوع الماضي. My father came to the Medina this week. فكنت مشغولا باستقباله, and I was busy welcoming him. وخدمته, and his service. وتوضيعه, and also bidding him by, sending and telling him or escorting him to go back. So now, before we continue, let me bring your attention to something. The word we are learning today, or what we are learning today, is how to form a three-letter verb into the first pattern of additional verbs. Verb with an addition. And verbs with an addition is a verb which originally had three-letter words. However, with an addition of a letter, we can form it or two or three letters. So today we are forming a verb by adding a single letter to the second letter. So like when we have the word qabila or qabala, we can add the second letter to it, becomes qabala, doubling the second letter. From this word, we can know the ismul fa'il, the performer of the action. We can also know the ismul maf'ul, the receiver of the action. We can know the present tense form. We can know the command tense. We can even know the ismul makan and ismul zaman from this. So, and this we have treated previously. This is now an extension and building upon what we have said for you in the past. Now let's continue. Al-Mudarris said, "Mahma yakuni sababu," whatever the reason may be, فَقَدْ فَاتَتْكَ دُرُوسٌ مُهِمَّةٌ. You have missed important lessons. Abdul Salam said, Anushagilul mukayyif ya doctor. Should we on the AC? Al mukayyif means what? AC, the air conditioner. Should we on the air conditioner? Oh teacher, oh doctor. Now the word mukayyif, you can see from the word kayyafa, yukayyifu, mukayyifun, air conditioner, that which blows coolness. Faqad ishtaddat al harara. Ishtadda, the hotness has become so severe. Al-Mudarris says, La mania. There is nothing holding you from that. You can do that. Yusallimul muraqib wa yadkhul. It is at this point, the muraqib, the school compound master, the watcher, at this point he entered the class and he did salam. He did salam and he entered. From the word salama, salama means to greet. However, salima means to be saved. However, aslama means what? To accept Islam. Aslam to, I accepted Islam. Salam to, I greeted. Do you see? Istaslam to, I surrendered. From one word. Let's continue. Al-Muraqib said, Ba'da tahiyya, after greeting, he said, Man arada an yashtarika fi mukhayyam shababi. Whoever wants to participate in the youth campaign, falyusajjil, should register his name, ismahu fi maktabi, in my office. Yusajjil from the word sajjala, to register. Yusajjilu, registering. And we have tasjil, registration. Do you see? MashaAllah. Yushajjilul musajjal. At this point, he got the word register, the register, and he was busy with it. Ya Ibrahim. The teacher said, the teacher says, Al-Mudarris says, Linasma ila hadith al-sharif al-musajjal al-sharif. Let's now listen to the hadith which is being recorded on the tape. Yushak golul musajjal. At this point, the recorder is being what? You can see the word musajjal. You remember that, recall that the Muraqib said, Falyusajjil ismahu fi maktabi. He should register his name in my office. Now, yushajjalul musajjal. The recorder is being engaged. From the word sajjala, we have yusajjilu, which is to register. We also have musajjal, which is, or musajjil, which is what? The recorder. Now we have, Ya Ibrahim, la tukallim. Oh Ibrahim, don't speak. La tukallim. from the word kallama. لا تكلم زميلك وأنت تسمع. Do not speak to a friend while you are listening. انتهى الحديث. The hadith is finished. لنسمعه مرة أخرى. Let's listen to it again. يوقف المسجل. At this point the recorder is being stopped or paused. اقرأ هذا الحديث يا أسامة. Usama, read this hadith. Usama said, عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال, on the authority of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, قبل النبي الحسن بن علي. قبل. Can you see? قبل, to kiss. قبل النبي الحسن. The Prophet kissed Al-Hasan, his grandson, the son of Ali. رضي الله عنه, may Allah be pleased with both of them. وعنده الأقرع بن حابس, and the Prophet was with a man called Al-Aqra, son of Habis. فقال الأقرع, and Aqra, the man said, إن لي أشرة من الولد. I have 10 children. ما قبلت منهم أحدا. I have never kissed any of them. The word قبل, he kissed. يقبل, he's kissing. تقبيل, kissing. Sorry, تقبيل, kissing. So any word formed in this pattern, the masdar, the noun of that word, will come under the pattern of taqbil, tasjil, tahmid. Can you see tahmid? Hamada. Takbir. Kabbara, to do Allahu Akbar. Yukabbiru, he's doing it. Takbir, saying that thing. Can you see? So, فَنَظَرَ إِلَيْهِ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. When this man said that, the Prophet ﷺ looked onto his face and said, مَنْ لَا يَرْحَمُ لَا يُرْحَمُ. Whoever is not merciful, such a person will not receive mercy. Whoever does not mercy another, no one will mercy him. Muttafaqun alayh. This hadith is muttafaqun alayh. Al-Mudarris said, Ahsanta, you have done well. Ahsanta, you have done well. This is also a word with an addition of a letter. The word hasana, an addition of a letter makes it what? Ahsana. That's why we have kamula, complete, to be complete. Akmala, to complete something. Can you see? So you say akmil, complete it. Akmaltu. Allah says, Al-yawma akmaltu. Today I have completed. So this pattern is different from the pattern that you already know. This one has an addition of a letter. So he says, Ahsanta, you have done well. ماذا فهمت من هذا الحديث يا أسامة? What have you benefited from this hadith, O Usama? Usama says, فهمت منه أن تقبيل الأطفال أمر حسن. I have learned from this hadith that kissing of children is a good thing. Taqbil, kissing. So any word coming on this pattern, any verb coming in this pattern, the noun form will be on taqbil pattern, tahmid, takbir, tasjil, and the rest of them. وَأَنَّهُ يَدُلُّ عَلَى الشَّفَقَةِ وَالرَّحْمَةِ. He says, and kissing them points to ash-shafaq or compassion, wa-rahma, and mercy. Al-Mudarris said, Ahsanta ya Ahmad, you have done well, O Ahmad. Ma mana qawli al-muhaddithin. What is the meaning of the saying of the scientists of hadith? Al-muhaddith, what is the meaning of their saying which they say, Inna hadha hadithun muttafaqun alayh. This is a hadith which is muttafaqun alayh. What is the meaning of that? Look at the word he used. The word al-muhaddithin falls under the pattern we're discussing about. Hadatha. Hadatha. Can you see hadatha? Now it has an addition of a single letter, become hadatha. From that we have muhaddith, somebody who studies hadith or who a scientist of hadith. He said, when a muhaddith says muttafaqun alayhi, what's the meaning? Ahmad said, ma'anahu. The meaning is, anna hadha al-haditha, this hadith, rawahu al-muhaddithani. Two muhaddith narrated it or reported it. Al-Jalilan, two strong, two mighty muhaddith narrated it. Al-Imam al-Bukhari wal-Imam Muslim. Rahimahumullah, may Allah have mercy on them. Fi sahihayhima, in their two authentic books. Kayfa usalli ala al-mayyit. Muhammad now says, okay, no, before that, Muhammad says, Ya doctor. The teacher said, Ahsan, you have done well. Muhammad says, Ya doctor, oh doctor. Ana hadithu ahdin bil Islam. I am new into Islam. Arju anto alimani. I would want you to teach me. The word alama. The word alima. He knows. He knew. However, alama means he thought. Alima, he knew. Alama, he thought. To alimu, you are teaching. He says, to alimuni. Arju, I hope, I wish. Anto alimani, that you teach me. Kayfa usalli ala al-mayyit, how to pray on the mayyit, the dead one. How I should pray on the dead. Usalli, from the word salla. Salla. Yusalli. MashaAllah. Al-Mudarris said, bikulli sururin, with every joy and happiness. To kabbiru, you do takbir. The word is coming out of the word kabbaro, not just kabaro. However, kabbaro, kaburo means he to grow old. However, kabbaro means what? To say Allahu Akbar. So he said what? To kabbiru, you say Allahu Akbar. Wa taqra'u surat al-Fatiha. Then you read Surah al-Fatiha. Thumma tukabbiru, then you do Allahu Akbar again. Wa tusalli, and you do what? You pray and you what? You do so you pray ala nabiyyi, upon the prophets. Thumma tukabbiru, then you do Allahu Akbar again. Wa tad'u lil mayyit, and you pray for the dead. Thumma tukabbiru, then you do Allahu Akbar again. Wa tusallimu, and you do taslim. So sallama, to sallimu, to greet. So taslim is called what? Taslim. Kabbara is also called what? Takbir. Hamada is called what? Tahmid. Sabbaha is called what? Tasbih. Can you see? All of them, they come in the same pattern. Arabic is so sweet and easy. Now Muhammad says, Jazakallahu khairan ya doctor. Thanks so much, oh doctor. May Allah reward you. Usama said, ya doctor, oh doctor. في أي سورة قوله تعالى, in which surah is the saying of Allah where Allah says وَوَرِثَ سُلَيْمَانُ دَاوُدْ, and Sulaiman inherited Dawood. In which surah? Usama asked this question, and Al-Mudarris said هي الآية السادسة عشرة من سورة النمل. It is the verse 16 of Surah An-Naml. Usama said, ya doctor, oh doctor, arju an taktuba li asma' ba'di mu'allafat Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. I would want you to write some of the books which were authored by Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. So mu'allafa meaning things that were authored, books. From the word allafa, ta'alif. Al-Mudarris said, Insha'Allah, Ya ikhwan, oh brothers, qad hana waqtu salat al-dhuhr. It is time for the prayer of zuhr. Walamma yu'adhan, and the call to prayer has not been made. From the word adhana, mu'adhinu, you can see, just like mudarrisu, mu'adhinu, because they are coming out from the same verb roots. So you can see, yabdu anna al-mu'adhina ghayru mawjud. It appears that the mu'adhin is not available. فَلْيَخْرُجْ عَلِيٌّ إِلَى الْمُصَلَّى وَلْيُؤَذِّنْ. Ali should go to the prayer point and call the prayer. Now can you see, from these conversations alone, you have seen how a verb having 3-letter words or having 3 letters as its formation now has an addition of a single letter, which is the middle letter being doubled. And we have seen a lot of words. So as we move on, we are going to learn better, and these rules will now be made easier for us. But before then, let's answer these questions. Tamarin, here we have exercises. Number 1 says, Ajib anil as'ilatil atiya. Answer these following questions. Number 1, Man alladhi qabbalahu an-nabiy sallallahu. Who did the Prophet sallallahu kissed? We say, Qabbala an-nabiy al-Hasan ibn Ali. The Prophet sallallahu kissed Al-Hasan, son of Ali. He kissed him because he's his grandson, to show compassion, love, and affection. Number 2, we have ماذا قال الأقرع عندما رأى ذلك. What did Al-Aqra says when he saw that? He said, Indi ashratu min al-walad. I have 10 children. وما قبلت أحد منهم حتى الآن أو كما قال. I have never kissed any of them up to this moment. He says what? ما قبلت منهم أحدا. I have not kissed any of them. Number 3, we have ماذا قال له النبي. What the Prophet told him after that, the Prophet said, من لا يرحم لا يرحم. Whoever does not mercy, he will not be mercied. Now, we are now coming to detailed explanation of this topic which we have been discussing. I hope you are still with me. We have al-fi'lu, the verb. Imma thulathiyun is either 3 letters, which we call tri-literal, or imma ruba'iyun, or it is quadri-literal, which means 4 words, 4 letters. فالثلاثي, the 3-letter verbs, ما كان فيه 3 أحرف أصلية, are the ones which have 3 letters which are their original letters. These letters cannot be changed, because if you should remove a single letter from it, what happens? You change the meaning. Now, an example, dakhala, kataba, shariba. These are examples of 3-letter words. Warubai. And as for the 4-letter words, ma kana fihi arba'atu ahrufin asliya. They are the ones which have 4 letters as their original letters forming them. If you remove a single letter from these 4 letters, the meaning will be changed. Example, tarjama, to translate. Another one, harwala, to walk fast. Another one, basmala, to say bismillah. Can you see? These words you have seen, they have 4 letters, and these 4 letters are their original letters. No letter could be omitted from them. وَكُلٌّ مِّنْهُمَا إِمَّا مُجَرَّدٌ وَإِمَّا مَزِيدٌ. And these 2 types of verbs which we have mentioned to you, the الثلاثي, tri-literal, and the الرباعي, quadri-literal, they are either al-mujarrad, bare, meaning they are either in their original state, or mazid, or they have been an addition made to them. Now, fal-mujarradu, the ones which are bare in their original state, ma kana jami'u ahrufihi asliya, are the ones whose letters remain 3 and they've not been changed, or no addition has been made, or they are 4 and no addition has been made. Wal mazidu, as for the ones which have an addition and an increase, they are the ones mazida fi harufun, they are the ones which a single letter has been added to. They are 3 letters originally, or 4 letters originally, but a letter has been added to it, or aw akthar ala ahrufihi al-asliya, or more letters have been added to the original letters. These ones we call them al-mazid. It could be al-mazid al-rubai or al-mazid al-thulathi, tri-literal increased or quadri-literal increased. Now he said al-fi'lu thulathi. As for the tri-literal al-mujarrad verbs which are bare, as for the verbs which have 3 letters and these 3 letters are their original letters, such verbs lahu sittatu abwab, they have 6 patterns. They have 6 what? 6 patterns. They can appear only in 6 patterns. Here, and this is patterns. The first one is fa'ala yaf'ulu. The pattern of fa'ala yaf'ulu. You can see the verb fa'ala, that's the past tense form, and all of the 3 letters have fatha, fatha, fatha. However, when we come to the present, the 2 letters ending it, they now carry dhamma, yaf'ulu. An example of this is the word kataba yaktubu. You can see this pattern. The second pattern is fa'ala yaf'ilu. The same thing with the first verb, with the first pattern, only that when we come to the present tense, the ain is now carrying what? Kisra. So we have an example, jalasa yajlisu, he sat, he's sitting. The third pattern, fa'ala yaf'alu. Also the same thing with the first 2 patterns in the past tense. However, coming to the present, you have ain there carrying fatha, yaf'alu. An example of this is the word dhahaba yadhhabu, he went, he's going. Now, the 4th pattern says fa'ila yaf'alu. Now here, we see that there's a change made to the past tense. The past tense verb, the second letter ain, is now carrying kisra. However, in the present tense, fatha comes with the ain. An example is the word shariba yashrabu, and there are other plenty of words which fall under this pattern. The 5th pattern is the same thing with the 4th pattern, only that in the present tense verb, the ain is now carrying dhamma. So it's now carrying, okay, the 5th pattern is supposed to be fa'ila, and the present tense will be yaf'ilu, carrying kisra. While the 6th pattern fa'ula This is the only pattern which has dhamma in the ayn coming in the past tense verb, and in present tense it is yaf'ulu. An example is kathura, yakthuru. These are the 6 patterns that you can see all of the verbs having 3 letters as their original letters coming in. He said, number 1, here we have a short exercise to solve. ميز الفعل الثلاثي من الفعل الرباعي فيما يأتي أو فيما يلي من الفعل الرباعي فيما يلي. You are to differentiate between the 3-letter words and also the 4-letter words in these verbs. The first one is hafidha. No doubt this is athulathi. Nama athulathi. Tarjama. This is rubai. 4-letter words. Kharaja athulathi. 3-letter words. Harwala arubai. Ba'thara arubai. Then da'a athulathi. The second exercise is ميز الفعل الثلاثي المجرد من الفعل الثلاثي المزيد في مياتي. You are here to differentiate between the 3-letter verbs which have their 3 letters as original and the 3-letter verbs which an addition has been made to. They are no longer 3-letter verbs. They originally were 3 letters, but now there's an addition. The first one we have Sodako. This, of course, is Mazid because a letter has been added. Originally it was Sodako, now it is Sodako, Dal has been added. The word Qara'a is still Al-Thulathi Al-Mujarrad. Fataha Al-Thulathi Al-Mujarrad. However, Aslama, this is not Thulathi Al-Mujarrad, it is Al-Thulathi Al-Mazid because Hamza has been added to the beginning. Taqabbala, the same thing. Here 2 letters were added. The word is Qabila or Qabala. Ta has been added and the Ba has been doubled to have Taqabbala. So it is Al-Thulathi Al-Mazid. Next is Sami'a. It is Al-Thulathi Al-Mujarrad. Istaqbala. This one even has an addition of 3 letters. Hamza, which is the E there, Sin and Ta has been added. So this is Al-Thulathi Al-Mazid. Next one is Kawa. This one still remains. Waqafa. This is Al-Thulathi Al-Mujarrad. Ishtara. This one has an addition of what? 2 letters, Alif and Ta. Now, this is what we have seen. But to move further, we have Min Abwabil Fi'li Thulathi Al-Mazid. Since we have been discussing about Al-Fi'l Al-Mazid, Al-Fi'l Thulathi Al-Mazid, the 3-letter verbs which have an addition, it also has a lot of patterns. Among the pattern that we have is the pattern of Fa'ala. Here, the only addition made is that the second letter has been doubled to become 2. So it is now 4-letter word. So which is Fa'ala. Originally it is Fa'ala, but the Ain has been added to have Fa'ala. It says Zida fi harfun wahid. A single letter has been added to it. Wa huwa al-ainul mukarrara, and it is the Ain which has been doubled. Fa'ala, the word Fa'ala originally now become Fa'ala. Can you see Fa'ala? This is how we come to this. He's saying Ta'ammal al-amthilat al-atiya li babi Fa'ala. Study these examples for the pattern of Fa'ala. Thumma to bil mudari. Then write the present tense, wal amr, and also the command tense, wal masdar, and also the noun, min al af'al allati taliha, from the verbs which follows. These patterns have been set for us, but behind we have others which we have to form by ourselves to show that you understand the topic as we understand it, inshallah. Let's move. We have Salama. And here the present tense becomes Yusallimu. He's greeting. Salim, greet. You can say Salim alayhi, greet him. Salim alayhi, qultu Salim alayhi. I said greet him. Salim. Can you see? Now what is the greeting? You say Taslim. Taslim, that is the greeting. From the word Salama, he greeted. Yusallimu, his greeting. Salim, greets. Taslim, greeting. The same thing we have Qabbala, he kissed. Yuqabbilu, he's kissing. Then we have Qabbil, kiss. Qabbilha, kiss her. Qabbilhu, kiss him. Qabbil. Then what is kissing? From what we have discussed, simply taqbil. So any verb coming under this pattern will be taqbil, kissing. No need to look at the book. It's simply a pattern, a rule that will stick into your brain and you can use it anywhere, anytime, naturally. Because what we know by learning is mastery. until you learn, until you master anything, that you can speak it, you can say it without looking at the book, you have not learned. Learning is mastery. Let's move on. The word sabbaha, he glorified. What is the present form? Yusabbihu, he's glorifying. What is the command form? Sabbih, sabbihillah, glorify Allah. What is the noun? Tasbih, glorification. So if somebody is saying, I have tasbih, that thing that they use, that what do they call it? Rosary. It is not called tasbih. So tasbih is glorification. MashaAllah. Let's move on. So now we have the word kabbara, present tense. Yukabbiru, command tense. Kabbir. That's why we say kabbirillah. Then what is the noun? Takbir. Takbir. That is what's it called? Magnification. The word allama, he taught. Sorry, he learned. Allama. Allama. Sorry, allama. What is it called? He taught. He taught. Allah says, allamahul bayan. He taught him explanation. I say, allama. He taught. So what is the present tense? Yu'allimu. He is teaching. What is the command tense? Alim. Teach. And what is it called? What's the noun? Ta'lim. We are going to ta'lim, a place of learning. Are we not learning? A place of learning. Let's go to ta'lim. That's a place of learning. Or not a place of learning. Ta'lim means what? Learning. So if you call that place ta'lim, it is wrong. However, culturally, traditionally, we use it ta'lim, meaning a place of learning or learning. What doha? To make something clear, to explain, to expatiate. You want the who is expatiating. Explain, make it clear. What they explain? Tawdih. Can you see? Wazza, to share. You wazzi'u, he's sharing. Wazzi' share. Tawzi' sharing. We have lastly sajjala, yusajjilu, sajjil. Sajjala, he recorded, he registered. Yusajjil, he's recording. Sajjil, record. Tasjil, recording. Do you see this? MashaAllah. Now, we have hanna'a. Hanna'a. Hanna'a means to congratulate. Yuhanniu, he's congratulating. Hanni, congratulates. However, this one, it will not be tahni. Do you know why? The letter ending it is hamza, so it becomes tahni'atun, not tahni, rather tahni'atun. The same thing with what? Samma, samma, to name. Samma, he named him. Sammaytuhu Maryam, I named her Maryam. Sammahu, sammakum Muslim. Muslimin, he called you, he named you Muslims. So samma, to name. You sammi, he's naming. Can you see? Sammi, name him. Sammi, sammillah. Say Bismillah. So what? Tasmiyatun. This is because this word is also ending with alif maksura. The word hayya, to make, to live. This is hayya, or to greet. So it is what? You hayya. Hayya, then what? Tahiyyatun, greeting. So we have rabba, to train, to raise. You rabbi, rabbi. We say, Allah say in the Quran, rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Oh, Allah have mercy on them, just as they raised me while I was small. So from the word rabba, you rabbi, then what? Tarbiyah. Have you heard the word tarbiyah before? It's from here, tarbiyatun. I collected tarbiyah from my father. So can you see the word? So he's saying masdar verb, the noun form of the word of the pattern fa'ala yufa'ilu is what? Taf'ilun. Taf'il. So any word will come under the pattern of fa'ala, the noun will be taf'il. Wayati ala was the taf'ila. Sometimes it comes under the pattern of taf'ilatun. The noun can be taf'ilatun with ta marbuta. إذا كان الفعل ناقصا, if the verb is ending with a sick letter, أو محموز اللام, or it is ending with a lam, or the lam, the last letter is ending with hamza. MashaAllah. With this, we are going to be pausing here so it will not be too long for you. But when next we shall meet, we'll be discussing on the continuation of this same topic, however with a lot of additions that you're going to be enjoying, and with this it will surely widen your scope of understanding of how these verbs changes from being three-letter verb into having an addition from the same word. and no doubt you're going to enjoy it and benefit a lot. Until then, I say assalamu alaikum. Do come back to have the continuation in order not to have half knowledge. Until then, assalamu alaikum.